Hello and welcome to another episode of The Navy Nurse. I'd like to say welcome back to all of you who have seen my other videos, and a first welcome to those maybe if it's your first time tuning in. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the Navy's leave policy. A lot of you guys ask me, if you're going to be able to take leave or vacation, if you're going to be able to travel or just have time off to spend with your friends and family. You will have that time, and I'm here today to talk to you about how to do that. So one caveat with this leave policy that I'm going to be talking about, there's a lot of different types of leave that you can take and that are available in the Navy. The one I'm talking about is the annual or ordinary leave. There's other types of leave like emergency, maternity, paternity, convalescent leave, advanced leave. It's just, there's a lot to talk about, and it would take a long time and a long video, and I'd probably start to bore you and put you to sleep and you would stop listening. So with those types of leave, if you have questions about it, there is an actual Navy policy that you can look up, and that is MILPERSMAN, or MILPERSMAN 1050-010. So you can look all that stuff up if you have questions about those types of leave. Okay, so back to annual or ordinary leave. So the leave policy states that every military member gets 2.5 days of leave a month, which turns out to be 30 days of leave a year. So when I say year, I'm talking about the fiscal year, not the calendar year. So a regular calendar year is January 1st to December 31st. With a fiscal year, we're talking about October 1st to September 30th. So you do get 30 days of leave a year, but if you never take that leave starts to accrue. So for example, if I haven't taken leave for 3 years, I will have accrued or earned 90 days of leave. However, I can't keep all those days. So at the end of the fiscal year, the military only lets you keep 75 of those days. So if I accrued 90 days, then they're gonna take away 15 of my days, because the most I can have, they cap me at 75 days. So the moral of that story is take your leave. You earned it, you have it, so take your leave. You need that time to just get away from work for a little bit and to have fun and to relax a little bit. Let's see, what else can I tell you? So how many days of leave can you take at a time? That's a very good question. I have seen people take a few days of leave, up to a couple weeks of leave, and up to a month of leave, like 30 days of leave. I don't really see a lot of people take more than that, because if you think about it, a lot of chain of commands aren't going to let you be gone for more than a month, because that's a month away from work. You become a very valuable member when you're in the military and you have a job to do and a mission to get done. So if you're away on leave for a long extended amount of time, then that mission and that job and what you were trained to do isn't getting done. So the most I've seen is 30 days of leave. So what is the norm? The norm is usually, like, when you want to take a good chunk of leave, it's usually about 14 days. And I will say I've done that, and it's a pretty good amount of time. So how do you take leave? Unfortunately, when you're in the military, you can't just pick up and leave. You can't just say, I want to go to Tokyo next week. I'm going to put in leave right now and go. That's not the way it works. You actually have to plan, you have to ask permission, and the way we do that is through an electronic database called NSIPS, NSIPS. So we request an electronic leave that gets routed up through our chain of command. So on that request sheet is your contact information. So you have to put a phone number where you can be reached, and also a physical address where you are going to be staying. You also have to make sure that you are up to date on all of your training, such as your annual training. So everyone in the military, we have to do annual training, such as training on sexual harassment, drugs and alcohol abuse, things like that. If that training is not up to date, they will probably say that you cannot go on leave, because you need to make sure that your stuff is done first. Also, you need to make sure that your medical readiness is squared away. So if you have, for example, a dental exam that you're delinquent on, you're probably going to have to get that exam completed before you go on leave. Another thing, if you want to take leave, like if you want to travel to a foreign country, there's a little bit more that you have to do. So you have to do extra training. You have to make sure that your anti-terrorism and your cyber awareness training is up to date within a year. So another thing is your personnel, wherever your command is at, they will look up on the CDC, or Centers for Disease Control, to make sure that you don't need any vaccinations for wherever you're going to, and that there are no security threats. So if there are any security threats or political events, or of course danger events that happen to be occurring at the time that you want to go on leave to that particular area, then the military can deny you leave to that area because they deem it unsafe for you to travel to. So just keep that in mind, and it's really a good practice to just read the news, watch the news, stay up to date, so that you're aware of what's going on around the world. You are always gonna, like I said, have to keep up with your contact information for those very exact reasons. Things are always popping off in the world, so there might not be a security threat wherever you're at, but when you get there, it could happen. So the military, your chain of command, they need to be able to know how to get a hold of you to make sure you and your family are okay if you are on leave in one of those dangerous parts of the world. I know this seems like a lot of stuff. It's like you can't just pick up and leave. You have to ask permission. I know it's a lot, but these are necessary things, because you are in the military. You're a vital part of the mission, and it's just, these are your way of life if you choose to join the military. So that is all I have for leave for this topic today. If you have any questions, please drop a comment below. And if the information was good, you liked it, don't forget to like and maybe subscribe if you so wish. And I will see you in the next video.